Om. 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 Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us take in Shiva Shakti with 5 deep breaths. Om Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Mohamudgara. This stotra is also considered as Prakarana Grantha, which is like introduction to some other major works. Prakarana Grantha. And Mohamudgara. It is also popularly known as Bhaja Govindam stotra. On the surface level, it looks like it is a bhakti filled stotra which professes, which encourages bhakti marga. No doubt. If we start listening to the lyrics and go deep into the meaning, we realize to what extent our Shankaracharya has interwoven all the three margas, karma marga, bhakti marga, jnana marga, so well in one stotra, which is Bhaja Govindam stotra, that anyone with any background or following any of the paths, they get the message how to lead life. What is this life? Who am I? What is this world? To what extent this world is reliable? To what extent it is valuable? How to deal with this world? And for that, in what way Govinda is helping us? All these things he has woven as one shloka, but not with sweet words, but very strict, harsh words. It is like a knife which is very sharp. So it is called Mohamudgara. Mudgara is a hammer which really breaks down the moha, the delusion which we are all put in. No doubt, Upanishads, Vedanta, they give in detail how one can come out of delusion by giving the knowledge about Ishvara, Vishwa, and Jivatma. They do give. But how to relate it with our own life is tough for we Jivatmas, commoners, who are not well versed in going to that level of understanding and living it. We might get it intellectually. We might understand intellectually the Upanishadic and Vedantic instructions given through formulae. We might understand it. But how to apply it to our life? For that, a guru, someone has to tell us in our own language, in our own level, as a commoner, as a jivatma. That Shankaracharya has done it, and it is nothing but his grace on the human race. Human race. So it is applicable to anyone and everyone. Listening to the words is the first level. Understanding the words is second level. Churning the meaning in the mind, contemplate on it, is next level. Whatever we have churned, contemplated, and got the message, applying it to our life is the most important level, which serves as Jivan Mukti. Our Janma will be Sarthaka only if we are able to contemplate, get the meaning, and apply it to our life. So for that also, he has given so many analogies, which we all go through it. So he has taken the common man's, common woman's perception of life, and he has given the solution for that by asking questions, by suggesting. So, Mohamudgara, that which hammers to break the delusion from a commoner. Mohamudgara. So it also makes us think, what am I? Why am I doing this? What is the benefit of this? If that is the case, what is Brahma Tattva? What is it? How to get out of this cycle? These questions arise within us when we really give our mind to this Mohamudgara Bhaja Govindam stotra. So he also emphasizes the knowledge of self, Atma Jnana. Atma Jnana, that is Atma. I am Atma. The Jnana of that Atma, I am, is the most important knowledge, experiential knowledge, which one should have more than any other secular knowledge. Because that is the purpose of our human life. Realizing Atma, that is I am. So it is like a guide to lead life. When the intellectual information which we get through secular sciences, Vedas, Shastras, whatever it be, that intellectual knowledge, unless it is matured as wisdom, the knowledge which we have in our intellect, that should be churned so well, and it should be matured as wisdom, viveka. If it is not done, and if that wisdom is not applied to our life, to our actions, to our daily life, then that knowledge will become only a colorful utensils which are valueless. It won't help in any way. So once we have that wisdom out of the intellectual knowledge, that wisdom, when applied to life, naturally it inculcates devotion. Devotion towards that self-knowledge. I want to know. I want to experience who I am in eternal reality. So that kind of zeal turns out as devotion towards that self. And it transports the person to the higher realm where he will really come out of that individual self. I am this limited being that goes up. He is transported to the higher realm where he realizes, experiences, I am Atma. I am Brahman. So that is the highest experience a human being with wisdom, with devotion can attain. So, Bhaj, Bhaja, Bhaj, Bhajana. If you see the root Bhaj, what is the meaning? It has n number of meanings. I will read out the meanings. from Amarakosha. Bhaj means to share, to distribute, to assign, allot, divide, apportion, to obtain for oneself, share in, partake of, to accept, to receive, to resort to, betake oneself to, have recourse to practice, follow, cultivate, observe, to enjoy, possess, have, suffer, experience, entertain, to wait or attend upon, serve, adore, honor, worship. So, to choose, select, accept, to enjoy bodily, to be attached or devoted to take possession of. All these meanings combined will make bhajana. So when we take it in philosophical meaning, bhajana means the practice of seeking that divine self, the inner self, practice of seeking it and experiencing it becomes bhajana. So, how to go about it? How to do the bhajana? In what way we can do? Once we take shelter in Govinda, we already know the meaning of Govinda during Govindashtaka study. That Govinda is one who pleases everyone, one who protects everyone, the whole universe. So, if we are becoming part of that Govinda, 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 naturally, the individual self, the little I, the false I, the notion I, just gets dissolved in that Govinda and experience the life as Brahmananda. So for that, this Mohamudgara helps us a lot. So we do take nutrition to the physical body in so many different ways. We do need food in the same way for evolution of individual, a human being. Even the mind, heart, the intellect, that ego needs good food, good nutrition. That is a good thought on eternal truth, which is Govinda. So, Bhaja Govindam. So, it's a very popular shloka which everyone loves, and our MS Amma has made it popular with her singing. So, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dhukrinkarane. So, what's the background for this? Why is he taking the line Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dhukrinkarane? What made him come up with this? There is a beautiful background behind this composition. When he was in Kashi, he saw an old man, repeating again and again, the rules of Sanskrit grammar. That Sanskrit grammar is the property of the intelligence, the intellect, and even the grammar is helpful to him for secular knowledge. And at this age, instead of that, why he is not going higher and keep thinking about his self? He had so much of compassion towards that old man. And there came at once this whole stotra. And as he kept singing the first stanza, he's referring directly to that old man. By the time he finishes it, his mind is running towards all other ignorant people and in what all ways they will do the wrong things in life. That also came to his mind. So one after another, he's tackling different scenario where we all make mistakes. So it was a spontaneous outcome from him. The sight of that old man sitting with the rules of the grammar. So this Govinda, Bhaja Govindam stotra has about 33 shlokas. It is said Shankaracharya at once instantaneously came up with 12 shlokas, that is Dwadasha Manjari. Listening to that, the other students who were with him, other 14 students who were with him, they were impacted by this and they also came up with one shloka. And when Shankaracharya heard those shlokas by his students, he felt extremely happy and he said, let these shlokas also help the people. Let it be clubbed as Mohamudgara. So it is called Dwadasha Manjari and Chaturdasha Manjari, having 12 and 14 together. But there is intermingling of shlokas in between. That is not a big deal. So let us go through all the shlokas in detail. So what is he telling? Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam. Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. The very first thing he is saying is, O Mudhamate, the one who is having foolish mind. It is a bit harsh to call an old man Mudhamate. Is it proper? Shankaracharya was younger in age and he's old man. Why is he telling Mudhamate to that old man? Isn't it arrogance on Shankaracharya's part? The question can come. However, a guru of that stature, Shankaracharya, when he is with so much of compassion and that sarvajnana, he treats everyone as his own children, his own students. The age will never come into question at all. He might be young, but he is not seeing himself as young and old man as elder to him. Gurus, whenever they are in that mindset, whenever they see anything happening not okay, they rather help that person to correct. So, when he is in that level, Shankaracharya's mind with so much of compassion towards that old man, my goodness, why so foolishly he is thinking of the grammar when he has to be thinking of the spiritual aspect of his own self with the help of Govinda. Ayyo, how sad it is. Don't we use the words like that? When the children fall, what is the reaction of the elders or the mother? They say, Ayyo, like a monkey, why are you doing that? Ayyo, makku, ஏன் இப்படி பண்ணிட்ட? Won't we say that? Makku. அங்கே வந்து makku is not out of anger or hatred. It is out of compassion. So, in that way, Shankaracharya is showing his compassion towards everyone, even towards that man who is engaged in the grammar. So, samprapte sannihite kale, when the time comes to depart from this physical, empirical, temporary world, that grammar will not come and help. Nahi nahi rakshati, it will not protect. Dhikring karane, that is one of the grammatical rule. So, what can we understand by this? Constantly being busy acquiring, holding on to the knowledge as the prime property. Keep on accumulating it. Will not hold good. No doubt the secular knowledge is needed. Till when? As long as we live in this empirical world. So, secular knowledge will also really help us to go up on the steps of the ladder. But if one is holding on to the secular knowledge, the very first or second step, and if he is standing there itself, that knowledge will become like a stand. He's there stuck. If he has to go up the ladder, he has to leave that secular knowledge. Not even at the old age, when he's nearing death, even then, intellectually thinking with logic behind or reasoning behind their thoughts, they will get stuck in the same level. One has to leave the hand, go up. Again, leave the hand, go up. So like that, one has to move up the ladder, not holding on to the same secular knowledge, which is only an intellectual circus that has to convert itself as wisdom. When that wisdom is mature, then it will lead us to the next step, to apply it to life. When we apply it to the life, then we again move forward with the help of Guru's bhakti towards Govinda, Shiva Shakti. It helps us. So, while dying, he's also making it very clear. Samprapte sannihite kale. When that kala, the moment of departing from this empirical world to the next world, where it is only spirit which is there. At that moment, whatever the thought is, there they move forward. So, if you keep on thinking about the secular thoughts, about this world, it will say yes. After you enjoy whatever punya you have acquired or papa you have acquired, you come back to accomplish your wish, which is this world. So, if the mind is totally concentrating on Narayana, Govinda, or self, Brahman, Parabrahman, one will escape from that cycle of birth and death, which is limited to this world. And unless we cultivate it lifelong, at the last moment, it will not come to our mind. So, even though he is young, old man, he needs to have the mind set on Govinda. So that Sannihite Kale, Govinda, 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 that Nama Japa would help him to move towards Govinda. Purandaradasaru has given such a beautiful Devaranama. Narayana Ninna Namada Smaranena Saramrutavu Yenna Naligayali Irali. So, please go through that whole Devaranama. It is really applicable to this Bhaja Govindam. Yeah. Moodha jahihi dhanagama trishnam kurusam buddhim manasi vitrishnam yallabhase nija karmopatam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Here, Moodha, again, Ayyo, Moodha, oh fool. Jahihi dhanagama trishna. Give up. Jahihi, give up. The thirst, deep desire, greedy desire to make wealth, money. Kuru sadbuddhim. Get some good thoughts with wisdom into your mind, manasi, vitrishnam, about dispassion. Kuru sadbuddhim manasi, vitrishnam. Have some good thoughts and give a break to that greedy, thirsty, and deep desire to make too much of wealth, have a buddhi of some dispassion, vairagya, towards the greedy desire of making wealth. Yellabhase nija karmopatam vittam. Vittam means the wealth. Whatever you have acquired through your earning, tena, by that, vinodaya, be happy, enjoy that. Vittam, that is the wealth, through chittam, have that mind to enjoy whatever you have earned through your deed. Nija karmopatam. Nija here, your own. Karma upata. Upata, what you have acquired through your actions. So, in the previous one, Shankaracharya made it very clear, the intellectual asset is not helpful. In the same way, spending time, energy, effort on making wealth is also useless. It is not valuable. It is valuable only until you are in this body, leading the life in this world. But that is only a small portion of what you are. It is like you are given the whole house, whole palace, to roam around, to live in that, to enjoy all the rooms and the halls. But you are concentrating on one small storeroom and you are spending all your time, effort, energy living in that small storeroom, having so many things, looking at all the things in that storeroom. Isn't it mudhamate? Don't do that. Whatever you have, just enjoy it. You are much bigger than that. You are much more valuable than that money which you are greedily putting all your effort into. So, the attachment towards the desire to make money, desire to make wealth, is not befitting a real human being who has been given the faculty of well-developed intellect and also the wisdom. Use that. And also, if we think, while making money, when that greed to make wealth enters a person, he forgets or she forgets in what way I am earning this. Am I earning it in ethical way? Am I harming anyone else to make this kind of money? Or am I swindling the money of others for me to have that wealth as mine? Or am I by force taking one's wealth? We don't think of it. One has to be sharp in understanding and carrying out earning also as a process which is spiritual in nature. Then that greed will not be there. We will also start enjoying in Rajamarga, in royal way. Whatever we are earning, I deserve it. That kind of vittam, that kind of wealth, when I have, I should enjoy that and have that satisfaction, contentment. That is when we enjoy life. Main two reasons why we make money, why we make wealth. The two motivations are Kanchana, Kamini. Kanchana is the gold, or you can take it as wealth. Why do we make or acquire that Kanchana? To make the dukkha nivritti, to take away the sorrow, to take away the misery, to take away the poverty from us. Kamini, for sukha prapti. I have the wealth. I want to enjoy it to satisfy my desires, kama. So, when I have acquired the wealth in the proper way, naturally that sukha prapti will also give me a kind of contentment that I earned this. Let me enjoy this. Sukha prapti. But we should understand Kanchana and Kamini, we are trying to get it from outside world to get the happiness, Sukha. But Shankaracharya is making very clear that Sukha is not in attaining, acquiring the wealth, material wealth, but the absence of greed. The absence of greed is the happiness. So he's putting down. Don't concentrate too much on making that wealth. It is not that which is giving you the happiness. The happiness is within through the contentment. When I start having the greed, I feel without that, I feel I'm incomplete. That incompleteness always will make me to become complete. So I go through that incompleteness with dukkha. Because I'm having that dukkha, I want to do that dukkha nivritti. So I start making more money. So it is a vicious cycle. So he's telling, give a break for that. We also know the conversation between Maitreyi, the wife of Yajnavalkya. When Yajnavalkya Rishi wanted to take up sannyasatva and get away from the family, he had two wives and he wanted to distribute his assets between two wives. Then the elder one, Maitreyi, she said, "You're trying to satisfy me by giving the material assets, property, whichever you are having. Will that give me happiness?" No. You have something else as most valuable property with you, which you are taking away with you. Give me that property. That was Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, which Yajnavalkya had. So Yajnavalkya gave that property to Maitreyi by giving her the knowledge of self. So Maitreyi had that intelligence and the wisdom which she had applied in her life. So she had understood what to aim for in life. So one can keep going deeper and deeper into thinking these shlokas. Naristana nabhi desham drishtva maga mohavesham etan mamsa vasadivikaram manasi vichintaya varam varam. So he dealt with intellect and the material wealth. Now he is coming to the emotional imbalance which a commoner or a jivatma goes through. What is that? Nari stana bhara nabhi desham drishtva. By looking at the breasts of woman and also the nabhi desha, the region of navel, which appear very attractive. Maga mohavesham. Don't become wild with the passion and be deluded. Yetan mamsa vasa adi vikaram. Whatever you think is beautiful, it is only the appearance of the modification of the sapta dhatus, the seven basics of a human structure, the body, physical body. So mamsa, the flesh, vasa, the fat, adi, the rest of the five, like blood, semen, and nerves, the bones, marrow. So don't go behind that attraction. Manasi vichintaya varam varam, again and again, varam varam, again and again, think of this. It is natural. Woman, the body of the woman is created beautifully to attract the opposite sex so that there will be attraction between them to give rise to the next generation. It is true. It is the nature, Prakriti. Just like the man, Purusha, is given the physical power and also the wealth making skill. That is natural to him. And the beautiful body is also natural for a woman. It is nature which has taken care of that. Because the universe has to move forward. It is there. But should we get stuck in that? No. Nari stanabhara nabhi desham drishtva maga mohavesham. Don't be numbed by that infatuating beauty of a woman. So, here he is telling bodies, after all, it is inert. It is nothing but flesh and fat and other things. which are all inert. But what is making that inert body so beautiful, radiant, and so attractive? What is it? Go behind that. What is that making it? It is the activated consciousness, isn't it? Because there is consciousness, Atma, Sat, Chit, Ananda is flowing throughout that body. Because of the presence of that, the woman is looking so beautiful. So don't go behind the modification of the inert things, but go behind what is making that modification, which is that Supreme Brahman who is present in that body. Go behind that. How to do it? Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda. Have your mind, heart filled with that Govinda, Govinda. That way, the mind will always be seeking, experiencing Govinda as Sat Chitananda in everyone, in every woman. So, the way of perceiving the beauty itself will be so different. Etan mamsa vasadi vikaram manasi vichintaya varam varam. So, it is a warning which he is giving. Tell that mind again and again, again and again. So, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Modamate. Here, he is not telling, leaving all your other chores. Sit and do the bhajana, bhajana, bhajana. No. Have the mind filled with Govinda, which is nothing but bhakti. Through the glasses of Govinda, try to see everything, try to do the actions through that glass of Govinda. That way, every action would become divinized, pure. So, Bhaja Govinda, whatever we are doing, it should be somehow connected with Govinda. If we recognize that, why it is like that? Because of the presence of that Govinda in that. Why my mind is going like this? Because of the presence of Govinda in me. It is all Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Not I, the false I, little I, egocentric I. No, it is Govinda. Make that Govinda as the main thing in your Anthakarana. Nalini Dalagata Jalam Atitaralam Tadvajjivitam Atishaya Chapalam Vidhi Vyadhi Abhimanagrastam Lokam Shokahatam Cha Samastam. Nalini Dala Gata. Nalini Dala is the lotus petal. The water, Jala, which is there on that lotus petal, Atitaralam, it is very unsteady. It just slips off at once without even leaving that trace of water. It doesn't become wet at all. Atitaralam. Like that, Tadvajjivitam Atishaya Chapalam. Even the life force in us is also Atishaya chapalam. It is also very, very uncertain, very transient. Vidhi, know for sure. Vyadhi abhimanagrastam. There is this disease called abhimana, abhimana, abhimana. One who is possessed with this disease. Lokam shokahatam cha samastam. Everyone in this world will become strongly hit by shoka, the misery, sorrow, the negativities. So, what is it? Abhimana, let us take first. Abhimana is the pride, prideful attachment to the I sense. That false I, when it becomes strong, it has that pride, false prestige. It wants to show off. So it is a misconception that acts like vyadhi, the disease. Understand that the life is so transient and uncertain. Any moment that jiva can go away from the body. It is that slippery, just like the water on the lotus petal is so slippery and it just slips away even without leaving any trace of it. Exactly like that. Don't think that you are there forever and ever and ever in this body. And don't live, I am the body, I am the mind. Thinking that the jiva is there forever and ever in you. Because it can go away any moment. If we look at it, it is very hard. We don't even think of our own death. We feel all others will die. So, mind easily imagines other people on deathbeds or on the pyre. But ourselves, not very easily put in that situation. I will tell you quickly one thing which I went through in my life. You will understand it. Just then we had come to Canada, and one of our very close friends, he passed away. And we didn't have too many friends because just then we had come to the new country. And when that person passed away, there were many other people, friends, not relatives, just the friends, who were helping out to carry out all the things which had to be done at that hour. So I started feeling, if anything happens to me, who will help me? Who will take care of our death situation? So I blurted it out loudly. Ayo, we don't have any friends like you all are doing it to you. I don't know how I will manage this. Then that person at once said, oh, don't worry, we are all there for you to help. In the next breath, he said, Ayo, what am I talking? I'm so elderly to you youngsters. And I'm saying we are all there to take care of you. We will take care of you. No, 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 no. It is you people who should take care of my death. He said then. So, see how mind works. Because that gentleman had the presence of mind and the wisdom, he realized in the very next sentence, I am elder to you. It's my turn first, not yours. But we are all happily still there. So we take it for granted that we are permanent, but it is not. It is unpredictable, uncertain, just like that water on the lotus. And don't get into this vyadhi, the disease of abhimana. Because once you get into that pride of I sense, abhimana, it will lead as a chain action to go through so many miseries. Don't get into that. Ego. Don't get into that ego. Because you are not eternally that individual I. You are that ever expansive Atma. Live that. Then the whole universe is within you. Everyone is your own. Yeah. Yavad vittoparjana sakta tavan nija parivaro raktah. Yavad vittoparjana sakta. As long as one is able to bring that money or the wealth to the family, to the pool of wealth of the family, tavan nija parivaro raktaha. Till then, all the members of the family will be interested, attracted towards that person. So here it is paschat jivati jarjara dehe. And then when the same person who was contributing so much of wealth to the family, when he is in the old body, that means he has become old and no more he is able to bring the same kind of wealth to the house. Vartam kopina pruchhati gehe. At home, in the family, no one will listen to his words. It is very true, very practical. Yavad vittoparjana sakta. As long as one is bringing the wealth to the family, tavan nija parivaro raktah. All are interested in him. They take care of him. They ask him how he is. Shall I bring you this? Shall I give you that? Paschat jivati jarjara dehe. When he is living in that old body, vartam kopina pruchhati gehe. No one listens to his words. So, what comes to my mind is when we look at the tree in the spring and then in the summer, the tree is holding on to the green leaves with so much of tension or so much of glue. They are one. The tree is happily having all the green leaves. But once the leaves start changing their color from yellow to brown to red and all those things, gradually the leaves fall off. No more the tree will be holding those unwanted or valueless leaves because they are not contributing to the preparation of the food, nutrition to the tree. It is natural. We are seeing it every year. So what is so great about us? Even human beings are also same. But we should understand that it is the same thing. What is happening to the tree is also for us. So, material wealth is needed. So they are having the connection with him because we are in the relative world with relative value, with interaction with the relatives. So that relationship holds good as long as there is interaction from both the sides. Otherwise, it just drops off. So in this, what we can learn is in two ways. As youngsters, we should know, even I will become like that old person one day or the other. So let me not treat him the way we are treating him. Let us spend some time towards making him happy, making her happy. Secondly, as old people, we should understand. Life is ever flowing river. The youngsters are busy looking ahead of their life. So they are busy in their life. Let them move. My blessings are there for them. Let me engage myself in Govinda Bhajana or contemplating on self so that there is no discord in the family. Instead of grumbling, I took care of these youngsters for so long. It is I who made them grow so much in their school days, college days, and even while working. I took care of them. Now they are not even turning towards me. That grumbling is not correct. Even we should understand and let them go. Let the life flow. And let my life also flow in my own spiritual way. That way both of us will be happy. Two rivers going together, isn't it? So I am not the property of them, or they are not property of me. So yavad vittoparjana sakta tavan nija parivaro rakta paschat jivati jarjara dehe vartam kopina pruchati gehe. This we have to understand and we have to live it. And also unnecessary free advices, unrequested advices, the old people try to give. Because whatever we are talking is from our perspective. But the youngsters are having different perspective of the same situation. So they will handle. If they are asking, requesting us for our advice, then giving is fine. Then there is no discord. Vartam kopina pruchati gehe. So that situation will not come. Because of the experience, old age, we think we know much better than them. We are experienced. So stop giving that unrequired, unrequested free advices. So be self. Yavat pavano nivasati dehe, tavat pruchhati kushalam gehe. As long as that pranavayu is there in the body, yavat pavano. Pavano is that pranavayu. Nivasati dehe is there in the body. Tavat pruchhati kushalam gehe. Till then they keep asking, how are you? What is it? In a normal family, everyone keep asking. Or show so much of concern to them also. That also happens. Gatavati vayu deha paye. When that vayu departs from the body, that means when the person dies, bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye. That bharya, that is wife, gets frightened looking at the corpse, and she will not even go close to the corpse. So what is it? That is the story of the body. Body, as long as it has that pranavayu, it is living, entertaining others, interacting with others, loving others. But once that pranavayu goes, it becomes an inert corpse, creating fear, disgust in people. Especially to bharya, because the relationship between husband and wife is always very intimate, and most freedom is there between husband and wife. So wife will be singing so many songs on her. They will have so many love stories. But when he dies, the mind of the wife will be filled with so many different kinds of fears. To look at the corpse, it is fearful. To think of her future life, it is fearful. How to carry on this responsibility of 10, 14 days, that's also another fear. So she's filled with fear looking at that kaya. Kaya means the body. So this Jagat is constantly moving and changing. The jiva is very uncertain and very transient. No one can predict what happens when. So be at the present and enjoy the moments, and don't give importance to the relationship based on the body. No. The relationship should be always through the connection with that Atma. Seeing Atma, which is Govinda, is there in this person. So move in that direction by Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Modamate. Balastavat Krida Saktah, Tarunastavat Taruni Saktah, Vruddhastavat Chinta Saktah, Parame Brahmani Kopina Saktah. Balastavat Krida Saktah. Throughout childhood, one is attracted and interested in playing. Tarunastavat Taruni Saktah. And as long as one is having the youth, they are interested and attracted towards the other sex. Taruni. Taruni means young girl. Vriddhastavat chintasaktah. And as long as one is going through the old age, he is so attracted and interested and totally engaged in brooding or worrying. Always worryful thoughts keep coming to him. Parame Brahmani. In Parabrahman, Kopina Sakta, no one is attracted or interested towards Parabrahman. So, here it is explaining so many things. The very nature of Prakriti, Maya, is to lure away the mind, be it a baby, child, adult, youth, or old person. To all of them, she lures away the mind from realizing who that in reality, eternal reality. So she makes us, the Jivatmas, as her puppet. Na oru vilayattu bommayya. Like that, she makes us the puppets. Who? Maya. Mayavati, Maya Devi. And then, to keep this puppet engaged in things, she gives other toys and situations so that I am constantly diverted towards those things in my life so that I can be pinned into this manifestation again and again, again and again. Birth, death, birth, death, birth, death. So many janmas. Because I have accepted myself as Jivatma. I am this egocentric false I. I am that limited individual. She is so strong and witty, very intelligent, that Maya. And we have given ourselves our reign in her hands. And so she has made us like puppets. Because if everyone becomes a realized person, there won't be world or the universe or next generations anymore. So, Shankaracharya is telling us how to come out of this. Only way is to take out the reins from that Maya, which is very, very, very tough, and give that reins in the hands of Govinda. Become the part of this Govinda, not the part of that Maya. Don't become the victim of that Maya. Because of that, I am constantly engaged in different things, attractive things, at different stages of my life. No, don't give your reins. You are that ever expansive Atma. Be in touch with Govinda every moment in your Anthakarana. That way you will come out of the clutches of Maya. Then automatically the connection with Parabrahman will establish. So, how much more one should give in such simple words? It's beautiful. Kate kanta kaste putrah samsaroyam ativa vichitrah kasyatvam kah kuta ayatah tatvam chintaya tadiha bhratah. Oh brother, bhratah, give a deep thought, chintaya, right now. About what? Kate kantah. Who is your wife? Who is your wife? What is that relationship? What is it? Who is your wife? Kaste putraha. Who is your putra? Samsaro ayam ativa vichitraha. This samsara is very, very tricky and it is not logically understandable. It is vichitra. It is very strange. Kasyatvam, and to whom you belong. Kah kuta ayatah, and from where have you come? Give a deep thought to this. This is very important. We have to contemplate again and again on this with good intervals. Because only deep thinkers think and treat, experience this loka, this world, manifested world, as vichitra in a very different way. Wow, it is wondrous. It is those realized masters. The way they see it is, wow, so vichitra. Why? They know the reality that it is Brahman with illusory effect. So much of multiplicity he has created. And all this multiplicity, what I'm seeing, the universe, what I'm wondering about, is very much within my mind, which I have created. That is also the projection, the mind. So they see a drastic difference between the mind projecting the world and I as different. The mind and I as different. So their feeling of this world is with wondrous vichitra. Whereas we people, as commoners, because we are living that illusory, giving the reins in the hands of the Maya, we have been victimized to behave in this way. Because of that, we are not able to understand who is this wife, who is this son, from where I have come. I am not able to understand it clearly. Everything looks very strange and ununderstandable. And for this logical mind, I don't see any logic. Why? Because I'm deep in the Maya. I'm living the illusory I, the notion, because I'm thinking that I'm the body, I'm the mind. I'm not seeing the reality, the truth. So it looks very, very vichitra. And if I keep thinking deeply, this relationships which I am creating, a human being is creating. It is the society which is creating the relationship. Because I accept her as wife, accept him as husband, that person becomes wife or the husband. I am accepting that person as my putra, my son, my mother, my friend. But the same person is also mother, also daughter, also grandmother, also a friend, also a guru. So in this itself, we can understand they are all superimposed relationships, which is based on the body and the mind and the intellect, which is individualized and limited. So that relationship we are living as the permanent one. But in reality, that person is not mother, not wife, not putra, nothing. It is just the body. What that person is, Atma, in eternal reality. So when you are that eternal Atma, why are you concentrating so much on the body and the mind and creating the relationship, living that relationship, and go through so much of miseries when you lose them, or when we lose the assets, the physical world? It makes no sense. But if I have this understanding very clearly, then I know I'm given all these things to experience and enjoy and have the happiness. Let me lead it. It is present. I will live at that present. So we can understand that all these things are only medium to experience. Narada Muni, he brought back to life Chitraketu king's son, because Chitraketu and his wife, they were really feeling very sad that they lost their child, son, only son, after so many years. So when Narada Muni landed in front of them, they requested him, please bring back the life of our son. Even though Narada Muni knew the truth, just to make them understand what it is, the reality, he brought back the life in that son who was dead. He woke up and Narada Muni asked that boy, see, your parents are very sad that you are dead. The boy asked, who are they? Are they my parents? I have so many births and so many parents. And I am on the move. So how can I recognize that these two are as my parents? Then they understood what the reality is. And they said, yes, you can proceed to your next station. In Chandogya Upanishad also, Panchagni Vidya, which is part of the Brahma Vidya, there they describe how a Jivatma, once it dies, it reaches the Surya Mandala. From there, that Jiva enters into the rain-bearing cloud. and then through the rain it drops down to the earth. And from earth it enters the roots of the plant, and the leaves are the fruit, flower, and the fruit are the leaves, which attracts the man to come and take it as food. Along with the food, it enters and it converts itself as the semen, and it enters the womb of the woman, and it comes out again, leading the life. When it dies, again it goes to Surya Mandala, and it keeps coming down in the same way. So in this cycle, when that Jiva was in Surya Mandala, Surya is the mother and father who were protecting that Jiva. In clouds, it is the cloud which is protecting. So when it is on the move, how can a man or woman say, I am the parent of this child? It is always on the move, on the move. So if we understand this mega process which is taking place to each and every one of us, is there any meaning in we getting stuck into one portion, small portion of that whole cycle, and decide what I am is? So that is what here we are coming to understand. Chintaya tadiha brataha. Oh brother, please think of it. So Bhaja Govindam, when the mind comes out of that I am the false I notion, the mind becomes clear. With clarity, one can understand. It is all the games of the mind. Because I am, I is the only eternal truth. The very next vibhakti, the case ending, which comes to me, from me, through me, in me, for me, mine. All these things are the games played by the mind. So, mind is not, it is created. Body is created. Whereas the Atma is eternal. That is what each one of us is. So, Kate Kanta, Kaste Putraha, all these relationships, mind comes only to the mind. So, don't give so much importance to the mind, which is already empowered by Maya, the illusion. Stay away from that in Sakshi Bhava and go through the experience, because you have been given the body and mind to experience, but know this for sure. So, Chintaya. Satsangatve Nissangatvam, Nissangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivan Muktihi. Satsangatve. So, to understand all the previous shlokas, how to apply, Shankaracharya is giving the suggestion here. Satsanga. Do the companionship with good-hearted people who are with wisdom and who are helpful in your spiritual quest. So, have the company of those good people who will help you. In that satsanga, nissangatva, you will learn the non-attachment towards the objects of the world, the sensory objects, the sensory relationships, the emotions. You will understand and you will become detached towards that. You will not be affected by all these things. Anything will have effect on us only when we are attached to it greatly. So this Satsanga with good-hearted people with wisdom will help us to get that mindset of non-attachment. Non-attachment means becoming sick because of that attachment. That will not be there. Nissangatve nirmohatvam. And because of that non-attachment, I am able to relate and see what the situation is, what that relationship is, what that person is, what that object is. So a kind of witness mind I will have when I'm interacting, so that my brain will also work in that clarity. So I'm not deluded. That delusion will go. Nirmohatvam. Because of that non-attachment, I'm having that Sakshi Bhava, the witness mode. If I become one of them with attachment, then I'm victimized and I will not have the clarity. I become deluded. There will be some kind of ignorance or something is hidden, the truth is hidden. So I will lose the clarity. Nirmohatve nischala tattvam. And when there is no delusion, there will be clarity, and because of that clarity, nischala tattvam, I become that stable, steady existence. Because of that nischala tattve, in that stability, that is stability of mind, intellect, and aligning with the soul, and the body is also stable. Everything is clean, pure, crystal clear. In that Nischala Tattva, one gets Jivan Mukti. Isn't it? He is liberated from the impacts of whatever is happening in the world. The things will be happening to him. He will be going through the experiences. But because of that Nischala Tattva in him, he will not be disturbed, or it will not have any impact on him. Be it pleasant or be it sorrowful. Be it gainful or loss. He will just say, oh, apadiya, oh, hanga, oh, aisa hai kya? That's it. Oh, is that so? So he will be happy forever and ever, being Jivan Mukta. So for this whole process to happen, starting from Satsangatve Nisangatvam, it's not easy. We can't all of a sudden, yes, I want to be in this spiritual path, so let me have Satsanga. No, what is Satsanga for you has to be customized. For that customizing, you need Bhaja Govinda. When that mind is set on that Govinda, naturally our thought, our mind, our behavior will attract good people towards us. Isn't it? You would have seen in your own life the circle of friends, the circle of people with whom we move around also keep changing according to our maturity level. Once we have moved up, our level of thinking or conversation will not go well with this type of person. So naturally, I feel like hanging around with people who are having the same kind of vibrations, and we will somehow get along, and we will talk for a very long time. During that conversation, there will be so many good things happening that non-attachment comes. And then delusion goes. So it is like a chain. That whole process to happen, I have to start the first step towards surrendering my mind, my thoughts to Govinda. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudhamate. So, Om Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti